Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Nurse Mark and the Green Nurse Daily Dose of AFA.
where we bring you hope and inspiration for growth and healing so you can start your day off the AFA way. And in case you have forgotten, he's got the book right there.
Woo!
Mark,
I wrote the book
you wrote the
on
book.
an
Now, how does
AFA day. You
you
know,
did?
Sherry, here's the truth. You are absolutely fucking amazing, exactly as you are. Seriously, it's in a book.
It's in a book.
So it's got to be true.
And-
Way more true than the internet, right? The internet is all like fictitious. This is hard stuff right here.
right?
This is
Exactly.
truth. Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. You ever Google, who am I?
Yeah,
What is
who
this
am I?
all about?
Right. Yeah, Google that. Holy cow.
Right?
Sometimes you don't want to do that though. Oh man.
Oh, you ever Google yourself?
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's like, oh shit, I remember I did say that. Um, so Sherry, you're
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
Oh,
Everyone
Mark.
is absolutely amazing exactly as they are. The pressure's off. You don't have to earn that degree if you don't want to. You don't have to live up to anybody's expectations at all because damn it, it's your life.
It's your
You're the
life.
one who has to live this particular one, not
Yeah.
anybody else. You
Yeah.
come in, here you are. You go out.
You come
Here
into
you
this
go.
world naked and alone. You
Yeah,
leave
and
this
that's the way
world
you'll go out
naked
again.
and alone
You
with
can't take it. Well, you know, some people try to take others with them, but listen,
right.
you know, this is your journey. You get to call the shots. Good morning, Beth. You get to call the shots in your life, and
Yeah.
you are absolutely amazing exactly as you are. You bring gifts and talents to every single interaction that you have with other people.
Yes, you do.
They
Thank you,
just
Nurse
get
Mark.
clouded by the bullshit that we take on over the course
And
of life. So
it
it's
is
okay to let go of it all.
let go of
It's
it all.
okay. Yeah.
Cut the
Oh, yeah.
cord.
Cut the cord.
Cut the cord to
Absolutely.
people's places, things, thought forms, energies, entities that are not of the light,
All
right?
of it. If it's
Core,
not
all the core.
listen, you are absolutely amazing. When you get that, you don't need to have other people to support your worth. You are worthy in and of yourself.
You're
And
worthy.
that's an amazing space to be in. It's disconcerting for other people because other people really have a need to have that connection, right?
Mm,
Because their self-worth is from other people. But
yes.
when you get that you're absolutely amazing on your own, you get to live your life the way that you want to, guilt-free, without, you know, with love and kindness, but
Yeah.
totally your life. And so this is a great segue into today's daily love because it's about how your reality is generated. How is
Here we
it that
go.
your reality is created? You're inserted into this world. How does it get generated? Is it out there on its own in and of itself?
Well, for me, I can tell you, I take in information outside of myself and I bring it in and I try to make sense of it. And if I don't understand it, well, I
Right,
make something up
right.
so I can
So
understand it,
there it
so I can
is.
give meaning to it. Right. So,
You give the meaning to it. It's not meaningful in and of itself, right? So you are the one who creates your reality with the words that you use. And that's what the today's message was. And the daily love, it comes from Landmark Insights, book one, Live a Life You Love. And it's called The Lens Through Which We See, Fixed or Open to Invention. And it really is about choosing the language, the lens that you view the world through. And I'll give you just a little snippet from it.
okay.
Here it is. When we are born, we are handed multiple lenses: our genetic inheritance, gender, a specific culture, and the variables of our family environment, all of which constitute our sense of reality. Looking back later, that we see that we have perhaps lived less from our true nature than from the vision of reality ordained by the lenses we used.
Mm,
Oh, and so the good news is that our actions are not correlated to some reality ordained by those lenses, but rather how the world occurs to us. And how the world occurs to us is generated by the language we use.
There you go.
Right? When you wake up in the
Yeah,
morning, affirmations are a big thing for a lot of people. I mean,
they
if you're
are.
into meditation, you're into
I'm
affirmations.
into
You
it.
use them, right? Because the
Yeah. Oh
language
God. Yeah.
that you say is what manifests out in reality. It
It's so
really
true.
is that.
Yeah. I mean, getting up, it's so hard. Like, you look at your eye, look at yourself in the mirror, just look at your
Mhm,
eyes and
mhm,
start to say these affirmations. And I'm telling you, it can be really, really uncomfortable because there's a
mhm.
deep part of you, a little part of you that doesn't believe it. But then once you can get to the space of when you're really doing it, you can have fun with it. Like, I'm telling you, some of the affirmations that I say to myself, I look in the mirror, I'm like, you just start to have like this, you become a comedian with yourself and you laugh
Yes.
and you don't take yourself so seriously and things become lighter and you start to feel good. I wake up heavy in the morning and you get in front of the mirror and you're like, okay, Mark told me I'm AFA.
You
I'm
are.
absolutely fucking amazing. Okay, so what else can I say to
Absolutely.
myself? What else? How can I
Ab
self-talk
Yeah.
into just changing a feeling, right? Because
Right.
that's what it is that, feelings aren't right or wrong. They always are. We talked about change yesterday. Things are
Yes.
constantly changing, and how we feel, how we view the world, how we think, how we act can change as well. And this is what's really powerful. I love that. The lens. We talk about that. Mark, how about that one day you had all those glasses? I'm
Right.
going to look at the world this way. I'm
Right.
going to look at the world, all these different
Those are all
lenses.
just glasses. They're given to us by other people. Like, okay, this is the pair of glasses where my grandfather said that you have to work every day and earn your money on an hourly basis, and you'll never make any progress in life. And this is the pair of glasses where my mother said, you really can't trust people who have a lot of money because they're just not happy people, right? And so on and so forth. You have all these glasses and lenses, and pretty soon, that's how your worldview is. That's how it's created because of the language that's used.
Right. And
So,
so here's this,
using
I love
language
this.
and affirmations, Sherry.
Yeah. And so the other thing too is when we talk about peeling back the layers of the
Mhm.
onion to get to that core. So getting back to that core of AFA, who you are, is
Right.
those layers that we peel back is the outside stuff that people have layered on top of you that you've
Completely.
collected. The baggage that
Yeah.
you've put on that backpack. All right, put something else on there. Put
Right.
something else on there.
Right.
And then just being able
Exactly.
to let it all go.
That's the key.
Yeah.
So,
Let
it's about the language that you use. And so one of the affirmations that I use all the time is that, and I got this from I believe, yeah, um I got this from the book The Big Leap. The
mm,
Big Leap, which was by Gay Hendrick, and it
okay.
was a great book, and so I believe that's where I got this affirmation from, and it's very simple. It's, "I expand in success, abundance, and love, and inspire others to do the same." That's an affirmation that I use on a regular basis. So what
Okay.
happens in my life? I expand in success, abundance, and love, and I inspire others to do the same.
There you go.
That's the generated reality in which I live.
There you go.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And
So there
ho
we are.
and basically, how do we get there, Mark? We get
Right.
there by reading your book,
Yep.
AFA,
Read the book.
taking
Yeah.
care of ourselves, growing and evolving,
Right.
right? In order for us to evolve in life, we must get
Right.
involved. And
Right.
getting involved in life means taking care of ourselves. Taking care of ourselves means learning about our endocannabinoid system and
Yeah.
all the different tools, the
Yep.
tips and tricks, the hugs and nugs to take care of that.
Mhm.
That's how we're going to evolve in health. So what we've been doing, so today we're going to jump right into Terpene
Let's go.
Tuesday.
Terpene
Let's do
Tuesday.
it.
Bring it
Yeah, it's a
on.
good one. We covered this one way last year. We've been through all the big major ones. So we're going to start reviewing some of the other ones and new information that's come up from Cannakeys.
Yes.
So Terpene Tuesday. So today we're going to discuss pining. But first,
Woohoo.
let's discuss what a terpene is.
Ooh,
So
my God.
terpenes are organic compounds that are found in cannabis, essential oils, plants, trees,
Mhm.
and foods, and they produce those specific smells and tastes. And oftentimes, as we talked about, Mark, the terpenes, as the plant starts to grow, they provide these terpenes to help ward off attacks from animals, insects, fungus during the growth cycle.
Uh-huh.
And then when the plant's harvested, which we love, it goes through the curation process and the terpenes become oxidized. And then what happens is it results in terpenoids that have that medicinal component.
Mm-hmm.
So the other thing we learned too, we talk about this all the time on Terpene Tuesday, is that terpenes contribute to the entourage effect.
Huge.
And they all have their own healing modalities and properties. And the entourage effect suggests that using cannabinoids and terpenes together produces a more potent medicinal effect rather than using the isolated compounds alone. And my favorite saying is, the whole of the plant is greater than its individual parts.
And that is so true about all plant medicine. The
Yes.
whole of the plant is greater than its individual parts. So pinene,
What is it?
it's the most encountered terpene in nature. It's the most prevalent, and it's the most common terpene found in cannabis. So it's also found in evergreen trees, pines, redwoods, parsley, dill, basil, rosemary, sage, eucalyptus. So you're ingesting a lot of pinene, whether you knew it or not.
Yeah.
This terpene's been in your body for a long time, because those are very common. You know, obviously, you go walking in a pine forest, you have that pine scent. That's pinene being entering your body and hitting those receptors and doing what it does, right?
Yeah.
You eat it with all of these different things. So it's described, the scent is described, of course, as pine, herbal, woody. And so what are some of the effects, the physical effects of pinene, Sherry?
Well, one of my favorite physical effects of pinene is how it is, what I've noticed personally, is it improves cognitive function. And why is that? Think about this. It's a bronchodilator. So you got pinene, it opens up, you get like alive, the essential oil. If you think of what it smells when you smell a pine forest, it's very stimulating, right? So bronchodilator means opening up instead of constricting, opens up. So it opens up airways in our lungs. And so when you open up an airway in your lung, it allows for more oxygen exchange. More oxygen exchange means what? You're going to get more oxygen to your cells, more oxygen to your brain. So I like that it's a bronchodilator, improves cognitive function, and can be a little stimulating. That's one thing. What else we got going on here with an effect, Mark?
Where'd you leave off? Bronchodilating?
Bronchodilating. We're on the
There's so
antis.
many anti-inflammatory benefits for pancreatitis.
Yep.
Listen, pancreatitis is a serious illness. It's serious.
It's horrible.
It can be a fatal incident, right? And it can happen a lot of different ways, but anti-inflammation is a huge one.
Huge one. Yeah. And a lot of patients, I've seen a lot of patients that have gotten chronic Lyme disease have manifested pancreatitis over the course of time, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
So people with chronic Lyme, make sure you're taking your CBD and cannabinoids.
Yeah.
Pancreatitis can be very debilitating. So potent against that, also an antifungal against candida or yeast.
Right. And we see it's antibacterial against MRSA. Now you see this a lot with cannabis, a lot of mention that it's very effective at MRSA.
Yeah.
And by its very nature, by the name, it's MRSA is not affected, not killed by antibiotics, right?
Yeah.
It's very difficult to get rid of MRSA once you have it. And people just carry it. Some people carry MRSA
on their nose and their butt.
Right. Their nose. They never have an issue with it, right? They carry this bacteria around. For other people, if there's a break in the integrity of the skin, it's going to be a major infection. And so it's a very serious thing. So the idea that cannabis and this terpene, pinene, can have a positive effect and kill MRSA, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
It works a bit against bronchitis as well.
Yeah, love that. And then you think about too, if we get back to the bronchodilator piece of it and the other areas of it, neurodegenerative disorder. So, you think about opening up the airways, getting more oxygen to the tissues, more oxygen to the brain, improving cognitive function.
Right.
So this terpene may help with Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and MS.
Right. May improve cognitive function. And I don't know about you, I like to do anything that's going to improve my cognitive function.
Yeah. Me too.
So and those wonderful positive things that it can do in your brain.
Yeah. And then there's other benefits too with other cannabinoids. So
Mhm,
what I really love is, we talk about the entourage. The plant has so many different components, over 100 cannabinoids, multiple
mhm,
terpenes, essential fatty acids, bioflavonoids, and cannaflavins. So you just imagine pining with other cannabinoids, such as pinene combined with CBD can intensify the anti-inflammatory effect. Pinene combined with THC can act more as a
mhm.
bronchodilator, improving that ability to open up airways. And
Right.
then the combination of this terpene with CBD and CBN, which we talked about yesterday, has that
Mhm.
more of a broad spectrum antibiotic property. And like just Mark had said, which has been shown to help patients that have this MRSA bacterial infection.
Yeah. And so, the hospitals need to get on board.
Get on the
Folks,
bus.
if somebody gets MRSA while they're in the hospital, guess what? The hospital's on the hook for that patient remaining in there while they are being treated for MRSA. So, the hospital systems are all
It's
about trying to
expensive.
squeeze down any expense, and that's a huge expense for them. So they should get on board, and they should get on board the cannabis train and really start to use these things because hey, it's going to save them money. And
Yeah.
ultimately, that's what's going to make this thing covered by insurance and mainstream medicine. Is that once the insurance companies in the large facilities figure out how to save money, I think the door is going to open. Don't
And
you?
and yeah,
Oh
I totally know, Mark, and we can even give examples, like even personal examples of people that we've worked with, and looking at what they've done for so many years and the amount of money and expense that they've paid on, drugs and procedures and this and that and the other thing, and thousands of dollars. And then once they find the plant and someone gets healed, like literally comes off of, think about it, coming off of 18 pharmaceuticals in 2 years and literally only seeing the doctor once a year just to say, haha, I'm off
yeah,
of everything.
yeah, yeah. Perhaps you
Right?
should look at this,
They
doc.
gotta look at it. Like
Yeah,
seriously. It's a no-brainer.
yeah. No,
I
Sherry,
still
that's
I'm like,
a placebo effect.
oh, I have to tell you, I do have to tell you,
Yeah,
my gastroenterologist, when I saw him and we went through the whole thing, he said to me, he goes, you just got really lucky.
yeah. Oh, it's just luck. Yeah, yeah,
I was
Sherry.
like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
it's okay.
Yeah,
We'll
I
get
got
there.
lucky.
We got lucky, but now we got studies. Okay. This is what's
Right.
happening.
Let's get in on it.
We get in on it. Right. So the other benefits too of pining before we get into the studies,
Yeah.
which I really like too, because I'm a big proponent of THC because I need it. But
Mhm.
pining can actually counteract unwanted side effects. So in other words, sometimes people can get anxiety or may have some short-term memory loss if they do a little bit
Right.
extra THC. And
Common.
so this pining can help counteract that and prevent that from happening.
Yeah. Yeah, and an increased feeling of euphoria. Again, we did a whole show on euphoria. Who doesn't wanna feel euphoric? I know
Right.
I do.
I
It
know
can
I do.
increase alertness, and it can reduce oil production in oily skin.
Yeah. And then
Mm,
the anti-cancer properties to support other traditional therapies.
support other traditional therapies.
All right. So
What else we have? Yeah. What do we
So Mark and I like to use Canna-Keys. It's got the most up-to-date research. They
Yep.
really delve into anything, very trusted resource. This terpene had 48 total studies.
Mhm.
And Mark, I'll let you break them down because you're really good at that.
So at the top of the food chain, we've got 4 double-blind studies. So when you do a randomized control trial, doing a double blind means that the researcher and the person that's the subject of the study have no knowledge of what they're going to receive as an intervention. So they're both blinded to whatever that is. And because it decreases bias, right? If the
Right.
researcher knows that somebody's getting the intervention, let's say the cannabis product versus something else, they may interpret things differently with that knowledge. So
Right.
doing a double blind means that they're both unaware of what's going on. So
Yep.
it's a really an intentional part of the design of the study. So we had 4
Right.
double blind. We had 4 clinical human trials. Now, there are steps along the pathway, right? You start out in the petri dish, then you add animal
Almost.
studies, and then you get to human studies.
Right.
And so when you get to human studies, that means it's been around and studied for a while, right? So we're getting
Right.
on the right track. Then we found there was one meta-analysis. Now, a meta-analysis is a good study because it's an aggregation, a review of all of the published and sometimes unpublished studies that are out there. They take the best of the best and then they do an analysis of all of them and see if they can come up with some conclusions from all of that. So a meta-analysis is a really good thing. And then we have 9 animal and 16 lab. As you can see, there's that whole hierarchy of studies, right?
Yeah.
So what were some of the organ systems that were studied, Cher?
Okay, this is what's so cool. So look at this, 48 total studies, and the top studies by organ system include the majority of them: nervous system, digestive system, respiratory system, mental emotional system, integumentary, immune, reproductive, endocrine, and urinary. So what is that right there?
Yeah.
Ooh,
the umbrella. Oh, yeah.
Puffing away in my balloon, right? So you got that umbrella, the endocannabinoid system, the largest neuroregulatory system in our body. So this terpene was studied in all of these different organ systems.
Right. Right.
And then
all
they took
the
it to
organ
the next
systems, and then it comes to the top conditions, right?
conditions. Yes.
So we're looking at the organ systems. What's going wrong? What's not working well? So the top conditions that were studied were kidney stones, which, oh my gosh, I know so many people who've had kidney stones and suffered with it and have to have surgery sometimes. I mean, it's just serious stuff, right? Kidney stones, bacterial infections, fungal infections, inflammation, always inflammation, non-specific cancer, liver cancer, stress, which is a huge indicator of chronic disease, stomach ulcers, and insomnia.
Right. And so this is huge. This is great. Again, we're just like totally scratching the tip of the iceberg when it comes to learning about cannabis and terpenes. But some of the strains that are out there, one of my first high CBD strains that had this in was ACDC. So ACDC was great, has pinene in it. Chemdog.
That's my
Train
wife's
wreck.
favorite.
Chemdog is Jamie, Nurse Jamie.
She loves Chemdog.
Yes, Trainwreck was one of my first ones too, that I tried. Sour Diesel and Super Lemon Haze. I like all these strains.
Very common. Yeah.
And they're very stimulating. So these, when I'm looking at these names based on the history of what I know, they're very stimulating types of type of a cannabis plant. And the reason why is because this pinene can be very uplifting, opening up airways, more oxygen, feeling more alive and alert. You can tell when I inhale a specific strain, it's either the shades are going down or the shades are going up. Right. And when the shades go up, I know that there's a little bit of pinene in there for sure.
Bingo. Yeah.
Yes.
Love it, Cher. Love it. So
Terpene Tuesday.
Terpene Tuesday. My gosh, look at all the people who stopped by. Oh,
I know, we got to say hello.
Oh, good
let's
morning.
Put our magnifying glass on. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Joseph. Joseph, is my AFA book there? Good morning. We've got Beth, and Glenn, and Jack, and Joe. Jack and Joe, and Joyce. Joyce Gerber, the Canna Mom. Big shout out. Yeah, she has the Canna Mom show.
Yeah.
She brings all women on that are in the industry, people that are doing cool things, all kinds of people, and all about women and cannabis, and talking about mothers and how it's a great show. Joyce, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it.
Laura, what's up, Laura? Good morning. Of course, Carrie Lee.
Carrie Lee, we love you.
Lee, nurse.
You're a rock star, Carrie Lee. You know that, don't you?
Love to see all of you here. Thank you.
Iowa.
Thank you for being part of this. Every morning we see you. We love you. We're glad you're here. You do create. You are the community. That's why we're here.
Nope. And guess what I'm doing today, Mark?
Oh boy.
I'm going to just give a little hint. I'm going to be putting on a different type of glasses today.
Oh,
I am putting on some grandmother glasses. I'm going to go have a shamanic journey today. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. I'm going to go in.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask, what do I need to know? What do I need to know? So I'm going to go on the shamanic journey, and I'm going to let the lens of plant medicine show me what I need to know so I can integrate that in. And I'm going to report back tomorrow.
It will be revealed.
It will be revealed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Love it. Okay,
And then we've got
I'm gonna have an AFA day. I'm gonna be thinking of you and supporting you in your journey.
hold space for me, everyone. Hold
I'm
space.
holding space, absolutely holding space. So my day is already AFA because I'm with all of you right here, right now.
Yeah.
I love starting my day off like this. I'm gonna go do a little meditation now, and then I'm gonna
Sounds good.
have my little affirmation and get busy with this day, this Tuesday, April 13th, 2021. And I ain't gonna get another one of.
That's
And
it.
Sherry's about to embark on a journey that, you know,
I'm
will
going to go
help you do
drink
what?
the mother.
What's
What
it
was
going to
that?
help you do? It's going to help you to do what, Sherry?
It's going to
What's
help
it
me to
all about?
live my best life for sure. Before we hang up, you got to join
Yeah.
us tomorrow too. So tomorrow's Wednesday, Wild Wacky Wednesday.
Oh,
Just to put this on your radar, we got our show at 8 a.m. and then from 4:20 to 6:20, we're in the weeds. Prohibition Talk Radio. We're going to have Mike Wise on. He's great.
yeah.
He's a great guy that's been around for a long time, an activist, an advocate for the cannabis plant, and he's got his own podcast. And then tomorrow night we have Mike on, Mike Harvey.
Oh, yeah. Mike's got a
Cannabis
great
nurse Mike.
story.
He's
I
got a
love
great
his
story.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's wrapping it up for Terpene Tuesday.
Yeah, baby. Everybody have that AFA day. Live
Have
your
an
best
AFA day.
life.
Live your best life.
You're the
Woo, woo.
only one who can do it. Do with
That's
it
it.
what you want.
That's
All right.
right.
Love you guys. See you tomorrow.
Love you guys. See you tomorrow.